There are numerous misconceptions about what it means to live within your means. Simply, you must not spend more money than you earn. And living below your means doesn't require you to clip coupons religiously or dumpster dive for your next meal. It just means that you have prioritized taking control of your money instead of letting it control you. Hello everyone, and welcome to Gray Skies Media. We're going to review 12 tips to help you live within your means in order to create a financially stable future and actually enjoy living life even more. Considering changing your lifestyle and live below your means may be disheartening. You have car loans, student loans, a mortgage or rent, and credit card debt that are already ruining your fun. It may feel like a black cloud's always following you, but there's good news. With a few simple changes, you can pay these bills on time, reach your financial goals, and still have extra money to do the things you love. So, how can you start living within your means without sacrificing your quality of life? It all starts with really understanding your priorities and spending only on important things and eliminating the things that just don't matter. Let's get started. Here are 12 ideas to help you start living below your means. Number 1. Create a personal budget. Having a budget involves knowing exactly what you want to do with your money. But as we all know, having one is easier said than done. There are always temptations and unexpected events at every turn. By succeeding in this area, you can accomplish one of the most significant activities in your life, living below your means and stop being a slave to debt. With a little discipline and perseverance, you can design the life you want and stop living from paycheck to paycheck. If you consistently manage your finances, you can control your financial future. Begin by assessing your monthly income and expenses to create a personalized budget. And from there, you can determine if you're currently on track or living beyond what you can afford. This is your baseline. Start with calculating your full income, the amount from your primary job or business, and any additional income you may have such as alimony, child support, a side job, and etc. Next, calculate all of your monthly expenses, including mortgage or rent, credit cards, insurance, food, tuition, utilities, and so forth. All monthly expenses should be included. While the exact amount spent on each month may vary, you can estimate by calculating the average amount for each expense. Now, deduct all of your monthly expenses from your total monthly income. If you have money left over, you are on your way. But if you spend more than you earn, you need to reduce your expenses or increase your income, or both, depending on the difference. Number 2. Setting your financial goals. Now that you have a clear picture of how much you earn versus how much you spend, it's time to set clear financial goals. What do you envision for yourself in a year, 5 years, 10 years, 30 years? Do you want to save for your children's college tuition? Do you want to go back to school? Do you want to pay off your car loan or own your home free and clear? Maybe an early retirement. These are all attainable if you set your goals. Create a plan and stick to it. To do this, you have to identify your goals, time frame, and determine how much you need to save each month to realize your goals in your intended time frame. Based on your math, how much more do you need to make or how much less do you need to spend? Once you know this, create a path forward and stay disciplined. It will be well worth it when you reach these goals. Number 3. Monitor your spending and stay committed. Now that you have a budget and have set your goals, you must stay the course. One of the best ways to stay on track is to monitor your spending each month and adjust along the way. If you plan on having your hair highlighted for $300 this month, you will need to figure out how to reduce or eliminate another expense. Did you buy a new TV that wasn't in the budget? You need to cut back somewhere else to stay on track. Without monitoring your expenses, it's easy to spend more than you make. Number 4. Build an emergency fund and don't touch it except in emergency. One of the best ways to stay on track with your budget is to ensure you have an emergency fund. Experts advise you should have at least 3 to 6 months in readily available money on hand in case an unexpected disaster hits. Car accident, job loss, medical bills are examples. This allows you to keep paying your regular expenses and cover the disaster expense without spiraling into debt. Of course, you need to replace any portion of your emergency fund you use and plan on adding it into your budget until you've replenished the needed amount. Number 5. Prioritize saving. Not only should savings be in your budget, saving should be your first priority. How much do you need to save every month to meet your goals? Honestly, if you don't plan around your savings and pay yourself first, people lose sight of savings and spend everything they earn. Allocate the amount of money you need each month to meet your goals to your savings account. The rest goes towards your bills and living expenses. Number 6. Use cash or pay off your credit cards each month. Credit cards are convenient. Who has time to go to the bank every week to withdraw cash? Credit cards earn points that you can use toward vacations, gift cards, and other incentives. But credit cards tend to cause people to spend more than they would with cash. If you take out the amount of cash you need each week for groceries and gas, it's easier to stay on track with your budget because you can physically see the money disappear. If you do use credit cards, plan on paying the full balance every month. If you don't, you're paying the credit card company a huge amount of money in interest. It's like you've taken a pay cut every month when you don't pay the balance. Number 7. Stop buying unnecessary stuff. You now have a budget and you've started tracking your expenses. Are you on track to meet all those financial goals you set? No? Take a look at everything you're buying. What can you cut out? What meaningless items do you pick up while shopping at Target? Did you just pick up a panini maker while cruising down the Costco aisles? Do you really need that stuff? How often are you going to use the panini maker? Buying new things is fun. We are all tempted to pull out that credit card and purchase something we never considered until it was right there in front of us. Items that eventually end up in the back of a cabinet, in a storeroom, or at Goodwill. Understand that every time you purchase something you don't need, you're making someone else richer and making yourself poorer. Build your emergency fund, invest, and save for your financial goals. Stop buying meaningless stuff that will quickly lose their charm. Stay committed to your financial future. Number 8. Reassess your needs. There are some needs that are easy to define. The most necessities include a roof over your head, clothing, food, and water. They're essential. You must have them. Wants can be a little trickier. You need to eat, but do you need to spend $70 at a restaurant 5 nights a week? You need shoes, but do you need a pair of $600 Jordans, or will a pair of $50 Nikes do the job? When you get better at distinguishing between wants and needs, you'll probably realize that you've been spending far more on wants than needs. This awareness could be a turning point in your relationship with money. When you see things you want but can't afford, it's all too tempting to focus on what you can't have instead of appreciating what you do have. Take some time to think about how fortunate you are and the needs you fulfill every day. When you have clarity about your wants and needs, you can prioritize them and manage your budget to make your dreams within reach. Number 9. Look for lower cost solutions. If you're not willing to give up certain things, you can certainly look for lower cost alternatives. Instead of a new car, consider a certified used car. You could save $10,000 to $20,000. Is fitness important to you and you don't want to give up that gym membership of $200 a month? Consider a Beachbody on-demand subscription. For $99 a year, you'll have access to all their workouts. Instead of buying books, go to a library, eliminate cable, and try YouTube TV for half the cost. You could even go as far as considering moving to a smaller home or moving to a lower cost city or state depending on your situation. There are many creative ways to buy what you want, but at a fraction of the cost. Number 10. Increase your income. If you have reduced your expenses to the point where you can reduce them no further, consider another source of income. You could get a second job, work a gig job. Fiverr offers plenty of freelance jobs for the right skill set. Uber and Lyft are opportunities for those who like to drive. If you don't like to drive but have a car you're willing to share, consider Turo, Hire Car, or get around, and you could get paid for sharing your car. There are even opportunities to sell photos to stock photo companies. Start a YouTube channel. If you're willing to do the research and put forth the effort, you can find another source of income to help live within your means. This would allow you to save more, enjoy a few indulgences, and move you closer to your financial goals. Number 11. Stop comparing. People waste precious energy focusing on other people's lives rather than their own. And when we continuously compare ourselves to others, these comparisons frequently lead to animosity and resentment towards others and yourself. There are countless ways to compare ourselves and almost an equal number of people to compare ourselves to. Social media platforms have made the problem so much worse. It's easier than ever to always find someone better to compare ourselves to, which makes us feel insecure. When we focus on comparing, it can lead us to buy things others have that we don't really need, usually outside of our price point, ultimately setting us back a pretty penny and pushing us further from meeting our own personal financial goals. Prioritize yourself, stay committed to the goals you set, and focus on what you have and not what you don't. Number 12. Embrace being frugal. Living below your means is a mindset, and when that mindset is truly embraced, it can reduce stress, allows you to prioritize family, friendships, and community over succumbing to making unwise monetary choices. Living debt-free is freedom. Living debt-free provides you with options to work towards achieving your financial goals. It's important to understand that living below your means is not undignified. There's nothing wrong with spending less than you make. Quite the opposite. It just means you're making smart money decisions, and you have money set aside that you're consistently growing. When you're not living from paycheck to paycheck, you become less fearful and more self-assured. Stress fades away. Your viewpoint shifts. This is a fantastic way to live. Well, that concludes our video. We hope you enjoyed it and gained some perspective on living below your means. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day and see you on the next one.